Thank you for joining the Aim High broadcast. I'm your friend and host, Miss Tammy Walker Jenkins, and today we're going to be talking about addressing life issues. We all will have life issues to deal with, good or bad. We're all going to go through various stages in life. But one thing I am so excited about is that we are not in control over our days and night. We have biblical scriptures to help us that there is a time and a season and a purpose of everything that happens under the heaven or things that will happen in our lives. In Ecclesiastic chapter 3, verses 1 and 8, share a couple of those things with us. And I want to start out by saying that it said there's going to be a time for birth and a time of death, a time of planting, a time of reaping, a time of weeping, a time of crying, and it goes on and on. So I'm going to read a couple of things to you from the book of Ecclesiastic chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. It says, "So everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heaven." It's going to be a time to be born, a time to die, a time to pluck, a time to plant, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance, a time to throw away, a time to gather, a time to embrace, a time to refrain, a time to gain, a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to throw away, a time for fear, a time to sow, a time to be silent, a time to speak up, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. So with all of that, it reminds us that we are not in control. But guess what? There is a time and a season for everything, and it's up to you to indicate and for you to know exactly what stage that you are in life. But I want to end with Philippians chapter 4 through 6. And it tells us that no matter what stages you are in life, if you have to bring everything to God in prayer. So I'm going to read Philippians chapter 4, verses 6. It says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything in prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind through Christ Jesus." Oh, glory. "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything in prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God, and let the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind through Christ Jesus." So this reminds me and reassures me that it doesn't matter or what I'm dealing with or what life issues that I am addressing, is that God said that if I give it to Him, and He said the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, that He will guard my heart and mind through Christ Jesus. And I just want to encourage you that whatever you're going through in life, know that you can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. That comes from Philippians chapter 4, verses 13. You can do all things through Christ that strengthen you. Trust in Him, depend on Him, and He will bring you through. It doesn't matter what you go through in life. It's that we must trust Him and depend on Him that everything is going to be okay. I hope that I have encouraged you in the Lord, and I hope that you know that all things work together for the good of those that love God